White arguing the motion? Okay. While we're waiting on her, State, do you have State's Exhibit 75?
I do. I think there's three parts of it, 75, 2, 3, and 10, that we intend, I think, is the subject of their motion.
Are you guys objecting to all of those?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
One of them is the one I just did what she wanted to. That's what she wanted.
Yeah, back to this one as well.
Okay.
Want to see? I have sticky. You can see them. I just
Yeah, let's take a look at the exhibits. All right. Okay, so on 75, defense is objecting to which subparts?
Your Honor, so there are, I believe, three. There's subsection A, B, or I guess 1, 2, and 3. And
What's A through C, and then C has subparts,
correct, so 75C is where we are.
okay? And what subparts under 75C?
So starting with I guess the most important, the most relevant ones are going to be 2, which are the ones between Ms.
Okay.
Andrews and the next witness.
So that's text messages, and it just has on the exhibit list, area code 904-993-5797.
That would be Jewel Jordan, Judge. That's her phone number.
Okay. So, C1. All right, I don't have C1, I have C2, oh, C2, here it is, here it is. Okay, all right, these are, what I'm looking at on this exhibit, it looks like a text message chain beginning January 9th of 2021 through January 21st.
January 19th, Judge, through this one.
Yeah, through the 22nd, 2021. Okay, and your objection is?
Yes, so I just like to start with the court's prior order. I'm just going to read the court's order, a piece of the transcript from the hearing. Your Honor specifically said, I don't want the jury to get bogged down in in the history between the two gangs going back to 2018. I don't have a problem with the gang expert identifying the gangs, that there's been violence committed between these gangs for a number of years, and in 2023 is when, from what I can tell, really began ramping up with a series of back and forth revenge murders leading to the attempted murder of Mr. Jones, and then ultimately the successful murder of Mr. Jones in 2024. So the court has already laid out the parameters of what is going to be relevant and what is related to this actual incident, and that is limited at the attempted murder of Mr. Jones back in 2023. These messages are essentially just chatter between Ms. Andrews and the next witness about things that they're hearing on social media related to the back and forth between the two. That's ultimately what it ramps up to. It's not relevant at all to the actual incident at hand. It doesn't stand to prove or disprove any particular relevant issue in this case. And quite frankly, what it would do is sour the jury towards Ms. Andrews, and just based on conversation that has nothing to do with the actual incident. And I don't know if the court wants an opportunity to just kind of finish reading through them.
Sure. State, go ahead. What's your response to that?
Judge, first of all, your order having to do with the gangs, we are limited to our experts to that time period.
For collateral evidence.
Collateral evidence.
And I'm assuming
correct,
you're going to
Judge.
say this is direct evidence.
Yes, but also part of the collateral evidence, Judge, that you also allowed us to go into not just the October incident of 2023, all of 2023, and you also said that that was further extended because we mentioned the song and the lyrics, that there could be explanation to them, and certainly within those song lyrics, there are definitely people that are mentioned in those lyrics that are mentioned in this text. But this is direct evidence of the defendant's knowledge. And moreover, Judge, she gives an interview to law enforcement that goes directly to her knowledge as well as consciousness of guilt, because law enforcement asked her about gang activity, about the big rapper in Jacksonville, and she claims ignorance, like she doesn't know any of it, including her boyfriend's rap gang nickname Gutta. When they say Gutta and they're talking about Gutta, she's like, why do you call him that? So she is trying to feign like she has no knowledge of any of the gang activity, which these messaging that she has with one of her best friends growing up in 2021 directly relate to her knowledge of our victim. Not only her knowledge of her victim, that he's in a gang, other gang members that one of them is K Shorty, a gang member in 6th Block, a fellow gang member of our victim that she is communicating with, where they talk about facts of some of the cases and some of the rival gang war that is going on in Jacksonville. The one to her best friend, there is definitely personal animosity towards Julio Foolio. She mentions Foolio multiple times. There's even a statement in there saying she hopes he should die. So that is direct knowledge of her specific knowledge as to not only the gang rival, the gang history, that is consciousness of guilt evidence in this specific case where she is confronted by law enforcement officers when they are trying to question her about the murder of a high-profile rapper in Jacksonville and gang activity, and she feigns ignorance of all of it. So that is highly probative and outweighs any sort of prejudicial effect.
Well, and didn't you all get up in your opening statement and say that Ms. Andrews didn't know any of the people involved, didn't know why she was just going to Tampa to be with her boyfriend. She didn't know anything that was going on in the gangs, right?
That's not accurate, Your Honor.
Okay.
So what was stated was that she doesn't know the individuals specifically involved in this. None of those individuals are mentioned in these messages. And to be clear, what Ms. Dowdy said is a mischaracterization of what the interview actually says. She doesn't say, to start with the name Gutta, what she says is, why are you calling him that? That's his rap name. So she doesn't pretend to not know that that is a nickname of his. What she challenges is whether or not it's a gang name as opposed to a stage name. So she absolutely said it. Maybe they couldn't understand it, but she absolutely said it. I believe we have a timestamp. But ultimately, Your Honor, these messages are released. These messages are from, I believe, before any of the songs that the state is attempting to introduce into evidence. Even the most popular ones that everyone talks about, Who I See You, When I See You, Who I Smoke, these messages are from before that. None of the individuals that are mentioned in these messages by name are involved in this case. And there's nothing in here indicating that any of this information that they're discussing is from firsthand knowledge. Quite frankly, it's the opposite. You can tell if you read them that they're responding to some social media post that some girl posted, and they're just chitter-chattering back and forth like most people are doing in the comments probably right now as we speak. There's nothing to suggest that this is personal knowledge, which I might add is very different. I'm having a conversation with a girlfriend about gossip and sitting in front of murder detectives and telling them that you know what is going on. It is not the same thing. It does not show a consciousness of guilt. It does not show any intent of anything. And quite literally, the fact that these messages are from 2021 and there's nothing after that before this murder goes against what the state is saying, right? Like there's not even any further information discussed about this in any text messages or Instagram posts or anything like that. It's no secret that Ms. Andrews was born and raised in Jacksonville. She has significant proximity. They called 3 witnesses, if I'm not mistaken, that said some of the similar things. They know, some of the people. They've listened to the music. They've heard some of the information back and forth. It does not mean that she has personal knowledge about it. And so I would completely disagree with what the way the state is characterizing it. And quite frankly, the specific message about him wanting to die, which I don't believe that is the actual quote, but the court could review it. I'll point specifically to where it is.
Do you need the exhibit?
Judge, I didn't have the exhibit, so I was paraphrasing, so I apologize if I didn't quote it correctly. Judge, what she texts is, she says, girl, I don't like Julio, LMAFAOOO, ugly ass bitch, he need to die, and SHID, that was, oh, my friend, FUCK, that code shit, bitch, he shot me and my friend died, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I'm pointing my outfit, who did it? I'm pointing out who did it, I'm sorry.
Right, and so, Your Honor, that is a comment on what they're seeing on social media. It's literally a third person, comment on what they're seeing on social media. If this were me, I would point him out. This is conjecture, hyperbole between two girls, literally just chatting. There's nothing in here to suggest that she personally knows him, that she personally has had any kind of conflict with him, or personally wants something bad to happen to him. It's just not there. And I think the gap in time between this incident and these messages and the incident go to show that. And there's literally, I don't believe, any purpose to put these before the jury other than to sour them, to inflame their passions, to paint her as a violent, negative person, because it's not related to this incident at all. It's not connected to any personal act of violence that she's committed to him. She has not threatened him. And if Your Honor has reviewed the cases already, I can go into those.
No, I've reviewed them.
Okay. But Your Honor, if you in those cases, the statements that are let in, the prior statements of those defendants, are statements that are a direct threat to the individual that was ultimately killed. They reveal a specific animosity, a specific intent, a specific want of that person based on a personal issue that they have with them to be harmed. And then that they later on go to do that. And I believe remoteness is very relevant in both of those cases. Those statements are certainly not 4 years before the incident occurs. Remoteness is relevant, the fact that they are isolated is relevant, and the fact that there is no way for the state to even establish that this is based on personal knowledge. And I think that the statements show that they are not based on personal knowledge. They're no different than anybody else's DMs that has conversations about,
Other than showing knowledge, right?
Why I don't think knowledge of the gang issue in general is relevant to
You
whether
don't
or
think
not
so? If she's purported to be a member of a conspiracy to kill a rival or a gang member?
that her knowing about the gangs
Yeah.
is I don't believe that's relevant to prove that she committed this crime. That she's aware that it exists, Your Honor.
Okay, I know, but she knows who Charles Jones is, and she knows about the violence
She doesn't-
between the two.
She's admitted that in her interview. She admits that she follows him on social media. That's not a secret, Your Honor.
Okay.
That is not what the interview says.
Okay, so anyway, listen, I'm gonna find that it is probative and it outweighs any potential prejudicial impact, so 75C2 will be admitted. What's the next one? C3, is that correct?
Yes.
And when is this witness testifying? These are gonna come in?
Judge, those are not witnesses that we are calling, but we are going to put them in after we call Detective Benjamin Board in her Apple iCloud account. Jewel Jordan is supposed to testify. She's only the subject of 75C later this afternoon.
Okay,
And when the state mentions putting in her Apple iPod account, you're referring to her entire account?
No, just these exhibits that we pulled out.
okay, so the person that's 75C 1 through 11, are those all coming in through witness today?
No.
Okay, just C what?
C2.
Okay, so then we C3 is coming in through someone else and C10 is coming in through someone else?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, so let's, I'm gonna reserve ruling on those.
Okay,
because
that's fine.
it-
I'm related with different arguments. I also like to add something that I left out, Your Honor. Related to C2, Your Honor.
Yeah.
The state has very specifically defined the conspiracy period in this case. That is from June 22nd to June 23rd. 21st through the 23rd of 2024. So this is not some situation where this relates to the conspiracy in any way. If it were, they would have defined the conspiracy period bigger. They did not. They specified it to those days. So this information is not connected to that at all in its actuality, or as it relates to the state's theory and motive, which is that this happened in retaliation to or connected with the shooting from 2023, which was even then 2 years after these messages. And I'd also like to add that I believe it will come out at some point At the time of these messages, Ms. Andrews had not even met Mr. Chance.
Okay. Okay. That, I don't know if that helps or hurts you, but, okay, so it's admissible. And hold on to C3 and C10, and we'll discuss that before that witness. And I'm just looking, and I'm not ruling yet, but I'm just looking, like an email message on C3 dated October 4th of 2020 from K Shorty, which is Miss Andrews' account, correct?
No.
No, that's someone else. Okay, because then that is talking about whoever they are.
It's a member of 6 Block, Judge.
Okay, very good, gotcha. Now,
Allegedly, Your Honor, not admittedly, not based on these messages.
okay, all right, well, we'll cross C3 and C10
Understood.
at a later time. Okay, let's get going. Is our jury here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Let's bring it back.
All rise. All jurors are in, Judge.
Okay, very good. Welcome back, members of the jury. We are ready to proceed. State, call your next witness.
The state calls Officer Zachary Conaway.
Hang on, sir. Sir. Just watch your step, raise your right hand, just one little quick.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you, sir.
Put that mic on.
You may proceed.
Good afternoon. Would you state your name for the jury?
My name is Officer Zachary Conaway,
With what agency are you employed?
currently employed with Tampa Police Department.
And how long have you been with Tampa Police Department?
This will be my 4th year with Tampa Police Department.
Do you have any prior law enforcement experience?
Before Tampa, I was employed with New Orleans Police Department as an officer,
How long were you there?
about 5 years.
And in your experience here in Tampa, what is your job title?
My job title is a patrol officer.
Did your duties include responding to the area of 3751 East Fowler on June 23rd of 2024?
Yes, I responded to that call.
And about what time was that?
I believe the time came out about 4:45, 4:45
Were, oh, I apologize.
in the morning, a.m. So.
Were there other officers already present on scene?
I believe Sergeant Portman arrived on scene first. I was maybe the second or third beforehand.
Why is it that you arrived to that area? Did you receive a call for service directly?
We received a call for service. I believe the original call notes were cars speeding through the parking lot and gunshots had been heard. And as we made our way to the scene, we were informed that somebody was shot at the location.
Upon arrival to the parking lot of that Holiday Inn, what are some of the observations you actually make?
The first observation I made, we located a black Dodge Charger stopped in the parking lot, kind of in between the home suites and the Holiday Inn situated on that lot. Car was stopped, immediately noticed that it had been covered in bullet holes, and there was someone deceased in the front seat.
Do you, Sergeant Portman, or the other officers that are there kind of divide up responsibilities in that moment?
In that moment, we were initially focused on trying to preserve the crime scene. There were some other people there that had been with the victim prior to. But initially, I had gone to go get crime scene tape to try to cordon off the scene. And at that point, we started to divvy up our responsibilities further from that point.
Do you receive a call that you're needed inside of the Holiday Inn itself?
We never received a phone call. While I was still on scene, I observed a blood trail leading from the Dodge Charger leading towards the front door of the hotel. I told the other officers, myself and 3 others went to the front door, and as we approached the front door, we were told by the manager inside the hotel that there were 2 people bleeding on the 3rd floor.
When you say you were looking around and saw that, I'm going to show you what's been previously admitted as State's Exhibit 3M from the exterior of that Holiday Inn there. Is this what you're referencing when you say there were some blood trails leading into the hotel itself?
Yes, that's the main entrance to the hotel right there, the top of the photograph. And back here, it's a sidewalk, and the blood trail actually extended much further back on that sidewalk leading towards the parking lot.
Wasn't sure if I'd be able to get it there. Okay, if I back that up a little bit in 3L, is that what you're referencing in the walk up to that evidence marker number 6?
Yes, ma'am.
At that time, did you actually have any specific information about who your suspects were, who your victims were? Was there even time to obtain that information yet?
We had already known of the victim, Mr. Jones. Prior to the beginning of that shift, we had received some intelligence that he was visiting in town from Jacksonville, and that he had some past arguments with people in the neighborhood, and we were just told just to keep an eye out for him in his movements.
Meaning like an inter-office kind of teletype, where agencies will exchange information back and forth?
Not so much a teletype, it was just an email from our intelligence division. I'm not exactly sure how they obtained that information, but we were just told that he was staying at an Airbnb located somewhere out in the county, and that he was more than likely going to be in Tampa for his, I believe he was there for his birthday.
Was that relayed to you during your brief before your shift actually started?
Yes, we went over that in our briefing.
Okay, so you're telling us about that because when you got there and made these observations, you related those 2 things, what the information you learned from your briefing to what you observed on scene.
Right. We didn't officially identify him on scene, at least while I was there, but it was generally understood that this was Mr. Jones that was deceased in the vehicle.
Was that in part because there were also some other lay witnesses on scene at that Holiday Inn?
Correct.
Okay. And when we speak, let's go back just to the entrance of the Holiday Inn, and we'll talk a little bit more about the other stuff, okay? At the entrance of the Holiday Inn, you spot the blood trail, and what is your role with the other officers as you enter and speak to the hotel manager?
Again, we spoke to the hotel manager. He told us that he had two men up on the 3rd floor of the hotel that were bleeding. We essentially just followed the blood trail. It went initially down the first hallway in the hotel leading to the east, maybe a couple floors, and it doubled back to the elevator, and we just followed the blood trail to the elevator, and we took it straight to the 3rd floor.
Okay, let me show you 4A, if I can break that down just a little bit here with evidence marker 8. Can you see that all right?
Yes.
Is this what you're talking about as you enter that lobby in the Holiday Inn lobby area?
Yes, correct. That hallway up at the very top, that leads to the elevators on the right-hand side, and the blood trail actually continues a little bit further past the elevators, and then it comes back and goes towards the elevators themselves.
Though you have a general idea from the manager about where additional people may be, is there still a process that you have to go through to ensure that you get there safely?
Yes. Generally, you are supposed to go floor by floor, using the staircases to clear out the building floor by floor, just to make sure that there's no other additional shooters in the building. Just due to the fact that we had people that were bleeding out that had been shot, we kind of skipped that process and went straight to the victims at that point.
And beyond the elevator there, was there still a blood trail that led you to a more direct location for where they were?
I mean, it wasn't so much the blood trail. As soon as we exited the elevator and turned to the right, our other 2 victims, Mr. Norris and Mr. Edwards, were sitting there right in the T-junction of the hallway with the elevator.
I'm going to show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit number 91. Do you recognize that?
Yes, that would be, I believe, Mr. Norris on the left and Mr. Edwards on the right.
Now, is this image a screen capture from the body-worn cameras that you all are equipped with?
Yes.
Does this screen capture fairly and accurately depict what you observed when you all exited that elevator and made contact with Mr. Norris and Mr. Edwards?
That's correct.
Your Honor, state moves to admit states 91 and publish.
Any objection?
No, please.
Okay, admitted.
Now, I know that you made some reference while I was there showing you the exhibit, but can you please, if you would, point out Mr. Norris?
Yes, Mr. Norris is going to be the gentleman on the left in the white shirt, and Mr. Edwards is going to be wearing all black on the right-hand side in the hoodie.
As you made contact with Mr. Norris and Mr. Edwards, were you able to make any visual observations of injuries?
Obviously, Mr. Norris had the gunshot wound to his right shoulder. Just due to the hoodie, I could at least tell that Mr. Edwards was bleeding pretty heavily from his right arm or right shoulder. I just couldn't tell just how far up the injuries went at the time.
Did you do anything to assist?
Yes, I applied a tourniquet to Mr. Edwards' right arm about as far as I could go.
Did the other officers that you were there with help you to secure both of these individuals?
Yes, I believe it was myself, Officer Hadsell, Officer Gale, and Officer King were the ones that made entry into the hotel. Officer Gale stood by with Mr. Norris while I stood by with Mr. Edwards, while Officer Hadsell and Officer King cleared the rest of the hotel.
At that point, you're still at least attempting for whatever life-saving measures that you're able to give to both.
Correct.
Was Mr. Norris conscious with you and answering your questions as it related to what happened or where his injuries were, et cetera?
Yes, Mr. Norris remained conscious for pretty much the entire time that we were in the hotel. Correct.
While you were standing there with them, I presume waiting for EMS or something, did you see more specifically the injury that Mr. Norris had suffered?
The one that Mr. Norris suffered, I believe it was to the front of his right shoulder. I couldn't tell if there was any exit wound though, but he had definitely taken one gunshot wound to the front of the right shoulder.
As you were tending to Mr. Edwards, did it ever become more apparent where his injuries were? Could you see more?
At least from the presence of blood, that right sleeve of his was fairly soaked in it. It did seem pretty clear that he was hit up on the right shoulder a little bit, and my tourniquet just wasn't doing a whole lot with stopping the blood flow.
Even though you're providing or rendering aid at this time, are you still inquiring of them as to what happened?
Correct. I'm still asking questions. You know, who did this? What happened? At least at the time, I'm unsure as to what Mr. Norris was telling Officer Gale, but Mr. Edwards at the time he wasn't able to answer any of my questions at the time just due to the nature of his injuries.
What do you mean he wasn't able to answer your questions?
He either didn't know, he either kept saying he didn't know what had happened, or he was continually, it seemed like he kept losing consciousness on me from the blood loss.
Meaning he was just not responsive medically, not that he wasn't answering.
He would go in and out, and when he would regain consciousness, when I would ask the questions, he either didn't know, or he would just say, I was sitting in the car when it happened. I think he asked a couple of times, what the status of Mr. Jones was as well. But just due to his injuries, I wasn't able to conduct a full interview with him just in his state.
You did, though, inquire of them who did this, and they just are reiterating, I don't know.
Correct.
Did you have a role there after? So if EMS arrives, what do they do with their patient?
EMS eventually came. They transported both Mr. Norris and Mr. Edwards to Tampa General Hospital. After conferring with Sergeant Portman outside, once they had been transported, I relocated to Tampa General Hospital to attempt to speak with them further.
Was it your obligation to attempt a formal interview with Mr. Norris and Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Did you make additional observations upon your arrival at the hospital of their injuries?
Yes, Mr. Norris did in fact sustain one gunshot wound to the right shoulder, and Mr. Edwards, if I remember correctly, he had been shot 3 times in the upper arm, just below the armpit, and an additional 3 times the right shoulder, and the staff at TGH had informed me that his upper right arm had been broken as a result.
Were you able to successfully obtain a statement about the events of the evening leading up to the shooting from Mr. Norris?
Yes. Essentially, what Mr. Norris told me was they had gone to the home suite to attempt to get a room after they had been kicked out of their Airbnb earlier that day. And he was sleeping in the back of the Charger where we found Mr. Jones at. And they were parked at the Sally Port on the south end of the home suite when the shooting originally happened. He was asleep in the back, so he essentially woke up when he heard gunfire and really didn't see anything prior to. As far as like any possible suspects, he still couldn't give me any answers to that question.
Did you inquire as to why they were in Tampa to begin with?
It was to celebrate Mr. Jones's birthday.
Is that information that Mr. Norris also gave you?
Yes.
Did Mr. Norris give you the locations of the two places that they had reported to for the birthday celebrations?
That day they had gone to Teasers. It's a strip club located on Nebraska Avenue. And they had also gone to Truth 18. It was a bar that was located on Bush Boulevard, just next to the intersection with 50th.
And that was information that Mr. Norris also relayed?
Correct.
Same question for Mr. Edwards. Did you have an opportunity to interview him at the hospital?
Yes.
And again, did he indicate that they were there for a birthday celebration?
Correct.
Did he also provide to you the information about the clubs that they had visited?
He confirmed Teasers, and he did say that they had gone to another bar, but he couldn't give me the name of it.
Were they able to provide both in their interviews rough time estimates or time frames?
I believe both of them had stated that they were they'd gone to Truth 18 about 3 o'clock, and they had been at Teasers since about 1 o'clock till about 3 o'clock.
Neither were able to tell you or identify the persons that shot at them, only that they were shot at and that they ran from the vehicle.
Correct.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Cross?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Other than the two victims from the picture we saw earlier, Gino, Norris, and Mr. Edwards, did you speak to any other victims or witnesses?
No, my contact was just with Mr. Norris and Mr. Edwards during this investigation.
And they had no idea as to who might have done this?
That's correct.
All right, so they don't know Alicia Andrews?
They never mentioned anybody's name, but at least Miss Andrews, they never mentioned her.
All right, and you also don't know who Miss Andrews is?
No, sir.
All right. Other than, I guess, seeing them there at the hotel, did you do anything else in this case, seeing the two victims?
It was pretty much it was just my response to the hotel and then my follow-up interview with them at TGH. That was the extent of my involvement in this.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, who's your next witness?
The state calls Carrie Lynn Calderero.
Raise your right hand. Be sworn in by the clerk. Up the stairs.
Oh, sorry.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right, you may proceed.
One moment, Your Honor. That's okay. 2019 through all. Oh, I have it. please state your full name for the record?
Yes, my name is Carrie Lynn Calderero.
How are you employed?
I am a crime scene technician too with the Tampa Police Department.
And what kind of training do you have to be a crime scene technician too?
I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice along with a crime scene certificate, and then I also have on-site training within Tampa Police Department as well.
How long have you been in that position with Tampa Police Department?
A little over 12 years now.
What are some of the duties and responsibilities of a crime scene technician?
We basically are responding to scenes. We are there to preserve the scene as we see it through photographs, collection of DNA evidence, and collection of latent prints as well.
Do you work alongside the homicide detectives when you are responding to a homicide scene?
Yes, we do.
When you first get to a scene, especially initially, do you necessarily know if an item of evidence is going to have relevance or not?
No, we don't.
Is that something that is determined by the detective later at another time, and it's the detective's responsibility then to submit any items for testing if they believe that is necessary?
Correct, it is.
And so when you're at a crime scene initially, is it the policy to take photographs of everything as it is and as you find it?
Yes.
Did you respond on June 24th of 2024 to Tampa General Hospital?
Yes, I did.
Why did you respond to that location?
I was dispatched to go to Tampa General in order to photograph 2 victims.
And was one of those individuals named Xavier Edwards?
Yes, they were.
Was there a homicide detective that responded to that location as well?
Not at the time, no.
Okay. Did he respond later?
Not while I was there, no,
Not
so I
while
don't
you were
know.
there? Okay. I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 26A. Is that a photograph of Xavier Edwards?
Yes, it is.
While you were there, did he become conscious, or did you talk to him at that point?
The only time I talked to him was just to give him warning of that I would be taking photographs of him.
And I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 26B. What are you documenting in this photograph?
This is just to show a close-up of the face to show who I am photographing.
What are you showing in 26C?
In this photo, I am documenting that his upper right arm is bandaged.
Then what are you showing in 26D?
Also, this is a close-up of his, I believe, left hand to show that there is an injury to it as well.
26E?
This is just another angle to show of the injury to his hand.
And you said that there was a second individual at Tampa General Hospital, is that correct?
Yes.
Was that Gino Norris?
Yes, it was.
What are you showing in 25A?
Again, this is just to show who I'm photographing.
25B?
Just a close-up of his face to show who it is as well.
What are you documenting in 25C?
This is to show that he has an injury to his upper right arm.
At some point during working on this case, were you advised to collect a firearm?
Yes, I was.
When did that happen?
While I was at my second location for this call.
What was your second location that you responded to?
It was at Gates Drive.
Is that 3014 Gates Drive?
Yes.
What's located at that address?
I was dispatched there in order to photograph and process a vehicle at the time.
And was that a black Nissan, an apartment complex?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's already been put into evidence, State's Exhibit 29A. Is this a picture of that?
Yes.
Did you take that photograph?
Yes, I did.
What are you documenting in 29B?
These are basically just going to be overalls to show the exterior of the vehicle that I'm photographing.
29C.
Again, this is just to show the backside of the vehicle along with the plate.
And are there, you can see law enforcement officers in this photograph, is that correct?
Yes.
When you responded to the second location, did you receive or get a briefing as to what sort of information they wanted documented and collected?
Yes.
Are you documenting in 29D?
This is to show the rear windshield showing that there is damage.
Judge, at this time, we'd offer into evidence the rest of composite 29, E through R.
Any objection?
No objection.
Admitted?
Ms. Calderero, I apologize. Can you tell us what is in 29E?
This would be an overall of the front driver's side bumper area. This is just a continuation of me moving along the driver's side. Now this is the front driver's side tire area.
And can you see any sort of damage in this photograph? I'm sorry, it's not zooming. Yes, you can. Is there any damage that you're documenting in this photograph?
Yes.
Can you point that out for us?
You want me to stand up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is just to show that there is damage along the front end bumper and a little bit above the tire rail as well.
29G.
This is again just moving on alongside the driver's side, this time focusing on the driver's side mirror.
Is there damage in this photograph as well?
Yes.
And you said I should ask the question, you're focusing on the driver's side mirror. Is that where the damage is?
Yes.
29H.
Continuing on, this is going towards the driver's side door and rear driver's side door as well.
Is there damage on this side of the vehicle as well?
Yes, there's a little bit on the driver's side door and continuing on to the rear driver's side door as well.
29I.
This is more centering on the rear driver's side door, showing the continuation of the damage.
Do you also document the interior of the vehicle as you find it?
Yes, once I'm done doing my overalls, I then move towards the interior of the vehicle.
What is 29J a photograph of?
This would be the overall of the interior driver's side of that car.
29K.
This will be an overall of the center console area.
29L.
This is jumping back out to the exterior of the rear driver's side bumper area.
29M.
This is a area of damage that was on the rear bumper.
I'm going to go back to 29L. Is that what is in a close-up of what's indicated in 29L?
Yes.
It's 29M.
This is showing the front windshield of that vehicle.
Okay. Was there anything of significance on the windshield?
Yes, there was damage towards the center of the windshield.
29P. What is that?
This is a mid-range focusing in on that damage of the windshield.
29O.
This is a different perspective of the damage to the driver's side mirror.
And then 29Q.
This is a close-up with scale of the damage to the center of the windshield.
And then 29R.
That was a piece of paper that was located in the vehicle.
And can you you see this name that is depicted in this box number 6?
Yes.
Can you read that, or do you need me to blow it up?
No, I can read that.
And what name was that?
I'm not sure if I'm going to say it correctly, but Tofa Changga McCrae.
And I want to ask you about a firearm that you collected. Where
Yes.
did you collect the firearm?
That item was received to me from Officer Sosa that was on scene at that location.
At this time, we introduce into evidence states 38 through D.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Did Officer Sosa, did he have a police vehicle that day?
Yes, he did.
And what are you documenting in 38?
This is to show the police vehicle that I was directed towards in order to collect the firearm.
B.
That is the same police vehicle. This is the interior passenger side, focusing in on the firearm on the passenger floor.
30C.
That is the same firearm once I collected it and placed it into a firearm box.
30D.
This is once the firearm is cleared to show that there are rounds in the magazine.
And that's how, after you take it out, that is how you find it. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that firearm you were directed by Officer Sosa, is that correct?
Yes, I was told about that.
And he was housing it in his patrol car before you got there so that you could take custody of it?
Correct. As is was in my photos.
You said you put it in a gun box, is that correct?
Yes.
What do you do with it after you put it in your gun box?
Once we're done a scene with all of our evidence, we will take it back to our office for processing. However, in this case, I did pass this firearm off to crime scene technician Gerardine Nunez Martinez.
And as policy, after you collect it, is there a secure location back at the Tampa Police Department where all the evidence or property in the case is held and secured?
Once we process all of our items, we place it into our evidence control. Prior to that, we do have temporary evidence cabinets for each technician where we store our evidence prior to turning it in.
And in this particular case, you testified that you handed this off to crime scene, to a fellow crime scene technician, is that correct?
Yes, on scene.
And who was that again?
That was Geraldine Nunez Martinez.
And why did you do that?
I was going to be getting handed off the evidence due to ending my shift. She was going to take over processing that vehicle and items.
Can any fellow crime scene technician impound a piece of evidence that is collected and impounded by the Tampa Police Department?
We can turn in any type of evidence minus narcotics.
I'm going to ask you about some other things that you did in furtherance of this case when you were at the 3014 Gates Drive with that black Nissan vehicle that we just recently saw photographs of it. Did you collect any further evidence from that vehicle?
Yes, I did.
What type of evidence did you collect from the vehicle?
I collected items of evidence along with swabs as well.
When you say swabs, what are you swabbing?
For potential DNA.
Okay. And can you tell the jury what areas of that vehicle you are swabbing for potential DNA?
In most cases, when we are processing a vehicle, we will swab more general areas that are touched more, steering wheel, gear shift, door handles. In this case, any type of items in there as well. If there was cigarettes, phones, cups, we will swab all of those as well.
And in those photos that we just recently looked at, did you notice that there was a red substance that appeared to be blood in the interior of the vehicle?
Yes.
Were there any of those locations that were swabbed for potential DNA?
Yes, those items were also swabbed as well.
Again, you don't make any decisions whether or not any of those items or those swabbings need to be sent off to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement for testing. Is that correct?
Correct, that's only done by the detectives.
Did you process that vehicle as well? Did you process it for any fingerprints?
I did not actually.
Do you know if that was done by another crime scene tech in your office?
Yes, it was.
Who was that done by?
Again, that was Geraldine Nunez Martinez.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 27. It's already in evidence. Did you take this photograph?
Yes, I did.
Where did you take that photograph?
I took that photograph at the 3014 Gates Drive.
Where the apartments where that Nissan was located, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And who is that individual?
That was of Tofa Changga McCrae.
McCrae, okay. And was that at the same location where you came across, I think you can see in the same picture, I'm going to show you again, 30A, that squad car, Officer Sosa's squad car?
Yes.
And is that Mr. McCrae? Is he standing in front of it?
I don't recall at the time if that's the same vehicle or not.
Okay, but same location?
Yes, same location.
Did you, you said that did you take into evidence any items of evidence yourself in this investigation?
Yes, I did.
What was that?
I collected multiple items from the vehicle. That was a vape pen, multiple bottles, cups, things that I later on would process.
Did you also, going back to Mr. McCrae, in State's Exhibit 27, did you collect what is commonly referred to as a buccal swab?
Yes, I did as well.
What is a buccal swab?
It's basically a swab of the inside of a person's cheeks that's later used for comparison of any DNA.
And he provided you with a buccal swab?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd pass the witness.
Okay, Cross?
Do you want me to leave the photos here?
All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You were the first crime scene tech on scene for this case?
To the Gates Drive?
Well, let me ask you, who was the first crime scene tech on scene to the actual hotel, the Home 2 Suites?
I do believe that was CST Kristen Cruz.
Okay, so Cruz works night shift?
No, during that time she was on day shift.
Day shift. And what shift do you work?
I'm normally evening shift.
All right. So you and CST crime scene tech Cruz, you two worked as the two crime scene technicians in this case?
No, not on that scene. During that entire scene, I never once came across Kristen Cruz. I only worked with CST Geraldine Nunez Martinez when she came to relieve me at the Gates Drive.
Okay. So it's yourself, CST Geraldine Nunez?
Yes,
And-
she came halfway through the scene that I was at.
Okay. All right, and she relieved you?
Yes,
All right, and that's why you turned over some evidence to her?
correct.
Okay. The buccal swabs, who instructed you to get the buccal swab?
On scene, that was done by Detective Campbell.
So Detective Campbell instructed you to get a buccal swab of an individual?
Yes.
And do the detectives normally tell the crime scene technicians like what to look for?
Yes, because normally they have a little bit more insight to the scene than we do.
So you get to the scene and the detective is sort of ordering your steps, telling you what to kind of collect, what to photograph, that sort of thing?
Yes, we also have protocols on how we process things, vehicles, photographs, such as those items, and on individuals as well. But then to go a little bit deeper, we will work alongside the detectives as well.
All right. And at any point in time, did you collect any ammunition, any casings, anything like that?
No, I did not.
All right. No further questions.
Okay, redirect?
Just briefly, Your Honor. When you end your shift, what is your normal protocol for transferring your duties to a fellow crime scene technician when your shift is over and there's still work or processing to be done?
Like as if they're still on scene with me?
Yes.
We'll basically give them a small brief of what's going on, what I have actually completed, what is needed to be done as well. They will also get with the officer or detective on scene too, just to confirm that everything is needed. That way nothing is missed as well.
Okay. And for example, a firearm that you have not impounded yet, you would give her information regarding that and it would still be held secure, is that correct?
Yes.
Nothing further, Judge.
Okay, may this witness be excused?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you.
All right, who's your next witness?
Judge, we're going to call Justin Legg.
Okay.
Officer Legg, I apologize.
Thank you, sir. That's right. Raise your right hand. Stand by it.
Hello. You need to raise your right hand.
Do you swear affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So you may proceed.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Officer Justin Legg, L-E-G-G,
Where do you work?
the City of Tampa Police Department.
How long have you worked for the City of Tampa Police Department?
10 years total, 7 in a sworn capacity.
Back on June 23rd of 2024, where were you assigned?
District 1,
What shift were you working?
midnights.
Did you respond to the home to suites located at 11606 McKinley Drive in Tampa, Florida?
I did.
When did you arrive at that location?
I don't have a specific time. It was approximately 5:30 in the morning.
Why did you respond to that location?
I responded there to assist officers regarding a shooting investigation.
What were you tasked with doing at that point?
Upon arrival, I made contact with one of the supervisors on scene, and they directed me to go to Advent Health Hospital outside of the city jurisdiction.
Do you know the address for Advent Hospital?
No, ma'am, I do not off the top of my head.
You said it's outside your jurisdiction. Approximately
Yes, ma'am.
how far is Advent Health Hospital from that home to suites location?
Approximately 1.5 miles.
And why did you respond to that location?
One of the supervisors was advised that one of the shooting victims had responded to that hospital.
When you arrived at that hospital, did you meet with any fellow law enforcement officers?
Yes, ma'am, out front of the ER, there were 2 Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies.
Was there a gentleman present with him?
Yes,
With
ma'am.
both of those 2 sheriff's deputies?
Yes, ma'am, a black male in a blue shirt.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 27. Was that Tofa McCrae? You can take a look behind you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the individual that was with the deputies?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he in custody or under arrest in any way?
No, ma'am.
Was he cooperative during your investigation when you went over to Advent Health Hospital?
Yes, ma'am, he was.
At some point, was there a firearm that was collected from Mr. McCrae?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do with that firearm?
I had that firearm placed in my vehicle so it could be secured.
Okay. And at some point while you were at Advent Health Hospital, did you also make contact with a person by the name of Camilla Bentley?
Yes, ma'am.
And why did you make contact with Miss Bentley?
Miss Bentley was one of the shooting victims.
Did you take a statement from Miss Bentley?
I attempted to, yes, ma'am. She didn't want to provide one to me.
Where was she when you attempted to take a statement from her?
She was in one of the ER beds in one of the rooms there.
And did you know whether or not she had been injured during this incident?
She appeared to have an injury to her left arm from this incident.
And she did not want to speak at that time?
No, ma'am.
And after you left that Advent Health Hospital, did you still have the firearm that Mr. McCrae provided to you?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do with that firearm?
I held onto that firearm until I was relieved by an Officer Sosa, and then I provided that firearm to him.
not going into your interview with Mr. McCrae, at some point were you trying to locate the vehicle that he arrived to Advent Health Hospital in?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that vehicle at Advent Health Hospital?
No, ma'am, it was approximately half a mile to a mile north of the hospital in an apartment complex parking lot.
Okay. And did you provide that information to fellow officers so they could locate that vehicle off of Gates Drive?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 30A. I'll start with 30A. What did you do with the gun that you secured from Tofa McCrae?
Once I unloaded it, I placed it in my police car where it was secured until I handed it to Officer Sosa at the end of my shift.
Okay. And does Officer Sosa, is he also a uniformed officer with Tampa Police Department?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he also have a police vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said that you handed it to him, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 30B. Do you recognize the firearm that is in Officer Sosa's vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm pointing to it right there.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
It's a black Glock handgun.
And is that the firearm that you secured from Mr. McCrae?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you 30C. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the same firearm that now is in an evidence box?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm specifically going to show you 30D. Do you recognize this?
Yes, ma'am. That was the magazine that I removed from the firearm.
And why did you remove it from the firearm?
Just to unload it and make sure it was safe to handle.
Okay. And you can recognize it and see that that is the same magazine that you saw back on June 23rd of 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
Fully loaded, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
None of the bullets missing?
No, ma'am.
Was Mr. McCrae, when you were back at Advent Hospital, was he cooperative during your investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he voluntarily provide you with the firearm?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd pass the witness.
Any cross? No. Okay. May this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Free to go. All right, next witness.
Your Honor, may we just have one moment?
Sure.
Judge, the state's going to call Jewel Jordan. Judge, I did tell the media person out there.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
Judge, before we bring her out, may we approach the court?
Sure. Okay, let's bring the witness in.
Jacksonville, Florida.
How long have you lived in Jacksonville, Florida?
My entire life.
How old are you?
23 years old.
Do you know a person by the name of Alicia Andrews?
Yes, I do.
How long have you known Alicia Andrews?
Over a decade.
Is Alicia Andrews, is she present in the courtroom today?
Yes, she is.
Please point her out and describe what she's wearing.
She's sitting in the middle, and she has on a beige, I would say, blazer.
Your Honor, may the record reflect she's identified the defendant?
The record shall so reflect.
You said you have known her for over a decade. How would you describe the nature of your relationship?
She's one of my bestest friends.
And I'm going to ask you, what is your current phone number? And as a good friend of yours, do you communicate with Alicia Andrews on the phone from your number 90?
Correct.
And I know that I previously have met with you, is that correct?
Correct.
And I asked you some questions about whether or not your friend, Alicia Andrews, was dating somebody by the name of Isaiah Chance. Is that correct?
Correct.
And how long had Alicia Andrews been dating Isaiah Chance before June of 2024?
I want to say 2-3 years.
Had you yourself ever met Isaiah Chance?
3 times.
Is that a person that you have taken Alicia Andrews over to Isaiah Chance's address before?
Yes.
And has Alicia Andrews, has she talked to you about Isaiah Chance?
Yes.
Both in person and through text messaging on her phone?
Yes.
Did Alicia Andrews ever mention to you that Isaiah Chance was in a gang?
She mentioned that there were rumors that he was in a gang.
And when did she mention that? When was that conversation? Was that before June of 2024?
It was before June of 2024, but I can't give you a specific date.
Did you previously say that you thought it was in January or February of 2024?
Yes, I did. I was throwing out dates.
And she specifically told you that she was aware that he was in a gang. Is that correct?
She was aware that he was tied in or affiliated within a gang, yes.
Do you remember what gang that was?
I believe it's NHG.
Okay. And is that a gang in Jacksonville, Florida?
Yes, it is.
And you yourself living in Jacksonville, Florida, you are aware with a rapper by the name of Julio Foolio, Charles Jones, the victim in this case. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And that is a name that you have been familiar with for a very long time. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Approximately how many years have you known or heard of Julio Foolio, Charles Jones?
Since like 2016, so I would say going on a decade.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification, States Exhibit 75C2. Do you recognize this exchange, these text messaging between yourself? Is that your phone number, 1-904-9?
It's my phone number.
And are those messages from you and Alicia, between you and Alicia Andrews that occurred in 2021?
That is correct.
Your Honor, at this time, we would introduce into evidence States Exhibit 75C.
Do you renew previously made objections?
Yes.
Okay, same ruling, and it'll be admitted.
And it's just 75C2.
Yes, correct.
So again, Ms. Jordan, this number here is your phone number. Is that correct? 1-904. Okay. I'm going to ask you, this column is your response to her messaging. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at the top where it says January 19th of 2021, where the defendant, Ms. Andrews, is saying or texting you in a message, but if you think about it, everybody dissing everybody, what does PPL mean?
That's abbreviation for people.
And then it says from out east.
That's a hood in Jacksonville.
Okay. And is that, when you say out east, a hood in Jacksonville, is that an area associated with ATK and 1200?
More so 1200.
And it says out east, they side, so, and then OFC, do you know what that means?
Of course.
They gone say some, but it don't even be, what is this?
She's referring to Lil Papa. He's a rapper.
Okay. And do you know what gang La Papa is involved in?
He's from 1200.
Okay. And then it says, like that, F.R. Foolio. Is that a reference to Julio Foolio, the victim in this case?
That would be correct.
It says, be the one talking shit, then all the little, and then I'm not going to say it, N-I-G-G-A-S come, and the other extra ass people. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then can you read what your response is to that?
Everybody be dissing. That's how SB when them in choose to live like that. So that's what come with that lifestyle. It's sad, but it ain't gonna stop. Like famous people do it too. Look at Dirk. He always talking about Tuka. Like it's always gonna be like that.
And when you're saying famous people, one of those famous people you're referring to is Julio Foolio. Is that correct?
No, I was referring to Lil Durk. He's a Chicago rapper.
He's a Chicago rapper. Okay, I apologize. Thank you for clarifying that. And then what did you say at this time?
I said she got a point, but the S gonna continue because they keep killing each other.
And what are you referring to when you say they keep killing each other?
Everybody that was involved at the time of 2021, it was a lot of people dying. 2020, 2021.
And are you talking about between those rival groups, 1200, ATK, and 6 Block?
Yes.
And then Ms. Andrews texts to you, right, so gonna go on, and they're saying let Leaky rest. Do you know who Leaky is?
I don't know him personally.
Do you know who he's affiliated with?
1200.
Leaky rest, but I'm sure the other side be feeling like so it's just gonna keep repeating. And yeah, they know what come with it, so charge that shit to the game, go retaliate or something. They're sitting up here rapping, but that's y'all homeboy, just do what y'all gotta do, but they don't even be in Jacksonville, and I doubt they GAF, do you know what that means?
Give AF.
Okay. About anybody here or upcoming rappers, so well aware about Julio Foolio as a rapper and some of those other people we've mentioned, is that correct?
That is correct.
Do they also rap about this war that's going on in Jacksonville?
They do.
It's called drill rapping?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what did you respond to that?
At least that S ain't late SF. Mine was a week late. And yes, B, I think I sent you the post, like all these rappers in paperwork. Except J. Dot, he in the clear, and my cousin vouched for him too.
I'm going to ask you about J. Dot. Who's that?
A rapper in Jacksonville.
Is that Ja'Cory Rivers?
Yes.
What gang is he affiliated with?
1200.
And then Ms. Andrews texts back, it was deleted about time I got up, but Foolio, he said it, but everybody kind of knew that it was just once that time he got shot, and I forgot that boy that died with him at that Reigns game, but that boy Robert ain't even do that, even though he on the 6th side, it was Bibby, and we'll know that shit, but Bibby died like 3 weeks later, so that was crazy. Do you know the Robert who she's referring to?
Yes.
Who's that?
Robert Howard.
And is he affiliated with 6 Block?
Yes.
And when they say 6 side, is 6 Block, is that again a reference to an area in Jacksonville?
Yes.
And 6 Block is against 1200 or rival to 1200 and ATK, is that correct?
That is correct.
And then what was your response to that?
OMG and LMAO, everybody kind of knew. B, they all knew. They all in his comments calling him a rat.
Okay. And then what does your then text ATPP, what does that mean?
It means at this point,
And then
if you
what
know
else?
you in paperwork, just expose yourself.
And then the defendant then texts back to you, and this is January 21st of 2021, 8:39 a.m. Girl, I don't like Foolio, LMFAOOO, ugly ass bitch. He need to die. And SHID, that was will friend, and then FUCK, that code, and SHIT, bitch, he shot me and my friend died, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I'm pointing out who did it. What's she saying there? What's she talking about?
Well, she's referring to somebody that had just died that we know.
In this
So,
gang war?
yeah, we're basically just gossiping.
Okay.
Because
I
you see, we're
understand
talking
that,
about
but
the city
who was it
girls.
in this gang war that she personally knows?
Personally,
Yes, you're saying that you're talking about a friend that just died. Who's
Will,
the-
that was the only person that we both know.
Will at Rains High School, is that, or who else?
That's it.
Okay, all right. And then she says, oh, City Girls made a remix to Throat Baby Girl. This shit sounds so dumb. LMAOOOO. What does that mean?
We're gossiping, like we're still just talking.
And then what did you say? What are you emphasizing what she just said?
Yes.
How do you emphasize that when you're text messaging back and forth?
Hold the message down and then you pick a reaction.
And then what did you say in response?
I can't stand him either. He's green SF and OMG, he killed Will Friend. OH, nah, I would have slid. Because he all on Instagram clowning his A. I would have dropped that bag on his BA head or came for one of his homeboys. Shit, somebody gotta die. And yes, I ain't even listened to it yet. I know it's A. Like, why they got the same 3 people on another remix.
And when you say he killed Will Friend, are you referring to the Rains High School shooting?
Yes.
And then what did you say down here?
Why they got the same 3 people on another remix. We're talking about the City Girls comment.
And then she texts back, exactly, and yeah, don't call. I bet he's still on there, but out of all you people, you give him your shit, LMFAOOO, TF. What does TF mean?
The fuck?
And then nah, FR.
For real.
She wanted that to happen anyways, always used to joke around saying she was manifested. What does that mean?
That was a whole different conversation, appears
Okay.
to be.
What did you then text in response?
Exactly, it would have been better if 3 had it because I fucked with him and laughed my ass off. She did, and he did too. They dumb. I ain't thinking about kids till I'm like 22 plus. So it has to be like just a sidebar conversation.
Okay, let's go back to this when she texted you. Bitch, hold on, because I think Foolio talking about Therese and his friends, LMAOOO. I do not like him. What's she talking about in this particular sentence?
Foolio is talking about Therese on social media.
On social media?
Mhm.
And then she says, I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. And then she says to you, that is Foolio, though he recruit a bunch of dumbass NIGGAS who's willing to die. Is that what you said in response to her?
Yes.
And what do you mean by he's recruiting a bunch of people?
Well, it was something that really was city known and everybody was saying, like, I'm not the only person that said that. A lot of people in this city have said that, like, he recruit a lot of people to die, meaning that he got a lot of people that will come behind him ready to risk their life behind him, and he's still out and alive and living his life.
And he's a part of 6 Block, right?
Correct.
And then she responds back, right, and he's starting to realize, but first time I saw him, that shit clicked on him. When Foolio called, we all in the garage, he talking about NIGGA, always want me to ride with him when he down here. So I can be the one dying, not him. I ain't no bodyguard, bitch, I was dying. What's she saying when she says that?
I believe she's referencing to what Therese told her about him and how he felt about Julio.
Okay, so she's not saying that she's ever met Foolio when she says, when we called, Foolio called we all in the garage, he talking about NIGGE, always want me to ride with him. Who's she referring to when she says he always wants me to ride with him?
Well, she was dating Therese at the time, so I'm pretty sure that phone call happened while she was with Therese,
Okay.
and she overheard the conversation.
And how does Therese know Foolio?
They used to be in the same group, and then they split up.
6 block.
Well, it's a lot in 6 blocks, so I guess you can say that, yeah, he was 6 blocks side.
And did she have any concerns about Therese riding around with Foolio?
That would be something between her and Therese.
Isn't that just what she's telling you here?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Well, yeah, if he's saying that he don't want to die and riding for him, then I would be worried if that was my boyfriend at the time.
And right before that, you're talking about he's recruiting a bunch of people, right?
Yeah,
It was in direct response to that message, right?
right.
And then what was your response to her?
LMFAOO, bitch, I'm crying, cause no, for real, like, B, do your own drill. The fuck, don't nobody want to die behind your squid face, A. At least he know, shit.
Okay, and who are you referring to now?
We're still talking about Therese.
Your Honor, at this time, we pass the witness.
Okay, cross.
Oh, it's right over there.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
These messages you see here. What's the date on the message?
2021.
January 2021?
Yes, sir.
Alicia's still in high school.
Yes, sir.
She's 17 years old.
Yes, sir.
This is almost 5 years ago.
Yes, sir.
There's a message there in the middle from you. It's not really a message, it says emphasized, right?
Right.
You're emphasizing a message that Alicia sent to you, Alicia Andrews sent to you, right?
Correct.
All right, what does it mean when you emphasize a message?
It means like I agree.
All right, so you agree. Now, when you and Alicia are texting back and forth, how old are you at the time?
I'm 18 at the time.
All right, are you young at that time?
Yes.
All right, and when you and Alicia are texting back and forth, does this have anything to do with Alicia wanting to kill Julio Foolio?
No.
Did you ever want Julio Foolio to die?
No.
Even though you emphasized the message there, did you want Julio Foolio to die?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance?
Overruled, but she has already asked and answered it, so. Anyway, what's your next question?
Even though you emphasized the message there, did you want Julio Foolio to die?
No.
All right. And when you all are talking back and forth and you're calling each other the B word, bitch, are you all really meaning to degrade each other?
No.
All right. Is that more of a figure of speech?
Yes.
All right. And when you all are talking back and forth with each other, is this a form of gossip?
Yes, it is.
Are you and Alicia Andrews gossiping about what's going on in Jacksonville?
Yes, we are.
With all these different people, whether it be Therese, whether it be Foolio, whether it be this group or this neighborhood, is that gossip?
It is gossip.
All right. And is it ignorant gossip?
It is ignorant gossip.
All right. And you two are sort of spectating what's going on out in Jacksonville. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
All right. So you all see a lot in Jacksonville as it relates to this gang activity and people not getting along. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. And the commentary that you see here, that you're engaging in, even when you say that you would put a bag on somebody, that is more satire than anything.
That is correct.
All right. Do you even know how to put a bag on anyone?
No.
Do you have any money to put a bag on anyone's head?
I do not.
All right. Would you even know who to call to put a bag on someone's head?
Objection,
No.
relevance?
It's in the
Overruled. Go ahead.
messages. you see here it says he needs to die. You see that?
Yes,
You've seen people say that Alicia Andrews needs to die, correct?
that is correct.
Online?
Objection.
Sustain the objection, that's inappropriate.
Have you talked to anybody, or has anyone talked to you in the same sort of manner before?
Objection.
Yes.
Sustain the objection.
Can we come sidebar?
No, sustain the objection, ask your next question.
The way that you all are talking in the messages, is that new to you?
No,
Is this something you've never seen before?
no,
Is it something that's only Alicia Andrews is saying?
no. It's something that's city known.
Julio Foolio, a lot of people did not like him, correct?
That is correct.
Objection. Relevance.
Overruled. As far as the context of this text conversation.
Julio Foolio was one of the top instigators in Jacksonville when it came to drill rap. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
All right. And he was one of the more popular drill rappers in Jacksonville. Is that correct?
That is correct.
He had a lot of enemies, right?
That is correct.
And those enemies existed outside of ATK and outside of 1200, right?
That is correct.
All right. You see this message in the middle here, talking about an individual named Robert?
Yes,
All right. This message is talking about an individual who died at Rains. Is that correct?
that is correct.
Is Rains a school in Jacksonville?
Yes, it is.
And did Alicia Andrews attend Rains?
She didn't graduate from Reigns, but she did attend Reigns.
She attended Rains. And when she attended Rains, did an individual die at Rains?
Yes,
At a football game?
yes, sir.
Is that what Alicia Andrews is talking about here?
Yes,
Her reality?
yes, sir.
All right. And how Robert was accused of killing Rains.
Correct. He was accused of killing Spaz.
Okay, I'm sorry. Not Rains. Correct me. Thank you. That Robert was accused of killing someone at Rains.
Yes,
So she's just talking about what's going on at school.
correct.
Alicia Andrews ever told you she was planning on killing Julio Foolio?
No,
Did Alicia Andrews ever tell you that her boyfriend was planning on killing Julio Foolio?
no,
Or that any gang, are you in a gang?
no, sir.
Is Alicia Andrews in a gang?
No, she is not.
And earlier you said that Alicia Andrews had heard rumors of her boyfriend being in a gang. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is anything in the text messages that you saw from 5 years ago, is any of this any sort of coded gang language?
No,
Since these text messages almost 5 years ago, do you know of Alicia Andrews texting you saying that she wanted Julio Foolio to die?
no. That was the only time we talked about Foolio.
All right. No further questions.
Okay, redirect.
Yes, those were only 3.5 years before the actual homicide of Charles Jones occurred, is that correct?
That is correct.
And what you are saying is idle gossip, you're also talking about real people who died, is that correct?
Correct.
Leaky really died, is that correct?
That is correct.
Spaz really died, is that correct?
That is correct.
And Spaz is Gerard, Joe Rod Adams, is that correct? That's his name.
That is correct.
That's Will's friend,
Correct.
right? That's a person who went to high school with the defendant, Alicia Andrews, is that correct? You said you
I
went
didn't go
Ra-
to Rain, so I cannot testify to that.
You didn't just testify to the defense attorney when you said Spaz, that he was shot at Rains High School?
That's public knowledge.
Okay. And it's also your personal knowledge, isn't it, ma'am, that your good friend, Alicia Andrews, went to Rains High School. You know that, right?
I do know that.
So you're talking about this idle gossip. You're talking about real events and real people who have died in the defendant's life, correct?
You're saying her personal life, like, it wasn't like her sister or cousin or anybody that died. This is stuff that we seen on social media and we were discussing it.
Okay. But you're the one who said it was her friend, right?
We both know him, like, we know him. We're from Jacksonville.
So you're a friend as well.
I wouldn't really call him a friend, but I know him.
Okay, but you just testified that it was your friend, is that right? That's your words, friend, right?
Okay, well, friend is I'm gonna say associate, like, we know him, or we're acquainted with him, but I wouldn't call him our friend.
What does drill rap mean? You just said to the defense attorney, Julio Foolio's one of the most infamous drill rappers in Jacksonville, right?
Correct.
He's not the only one, right? There are other famous drill rappers on the other side in Jacksonville, right?
Correct, but he was the face for his side.
What about Young and Ace? Is he the face of drill rap for ATK?
That is, you can say that, yes.
Okay. Do you know who Spinabenz is?
I know of him, I don't know him personally.
Heard some of the drill rap from Spinabenz, is that how you say it?
Yes, I've heard the drill rap from all of them.
Wappa with a choppa?
Yes.
And that's all on the other side, right? 1200 or ATK, Ace's crew, right?
Correct.
Just as bad as the drill rap from Charles Jones in this case?
Correct.
All about killing his members, 6 Block, right?
Correct.
And did you know whether or not Joe Rod Adams, Spaz, he's the brother to one of the co-defendants, Rashad Murphy, in this case?
I knew that after this case was presented.
Okay. I have nothing further, Judge.
Okay, may this witness be excused for now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, do you guys need a quick comfort break, or can we call it? Yes, okay, all right. Thank you, no, you're good, Mr. Jordan, you step on down. Okay, we'll take just a quick 10-minute recess, be back at 3 o'clock.
All rise.